Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Midnight Launch Magic the Gathering video. Today we are going to be going over a deck that I've been playing a lot recently and has quickly become one of my favorites. This deck is a black-white token control. Craig Wesco played this deck to pretty decent success a while in the back. I've taken it. I've cut a few things and put a few things in here and there that I prefer. But this is your pretty standard black-white token control. So first we're going to go ahead and go over the cards. We'll start out with the mana base, the boring stuff. Got 4 of Godless Shrine, 2 of Isochapel, 4 of Marsh Flats, 4 Plains, 2 Shambling Vents, 4 Swamps, Vault of the Archangel, and 2 Windbrisk Heights. Moving over to spells, we have 2 Path to Exile. We have a full 3 of Extirpate. Guys, this card is amazing. You'll see it in the gameplay videos that we're going to be putting out later today. This card can absolutely be backbreaking for our opponents. It's a super cheap surgical extraction that cannot be countered. So guys, if your land base can support this card, it's definitely something to take a look at. We also have 4 of Thoughtseize, 3 Bitter Blossom, just for some recurring tokens, a little bit recurring threat, something that needs to be dealt with. 4 Tidehollow Scullers, which are basically Thoughtseizes with a 2/2 body. Great card in the early game, allows us to pull a card from our opponent's hand. Not such a great card late game after our opponent has emptied their hand, or they become a liability due to removal. But it's something we need to keep in mind of. Overall, though, great card. 2 Zealous Persecutions. This card is absolutely bonkers against certain matches. If we have an opponent that is going wide with tokens or humans, or goblins, anything like that, giving all of your opponent's creatures -1/-1 can, on certain decks, be essentially the same as a one-sided board wipe. So we run 2 of those. We run an Orzhov Signet for those lovely decks that like playing Blood Moon or Magus of the Moon to kind of help with mana. We have 4 Lingering Souls, sort of a modern staple. If a deck can play it, it probably does. 2 Midnight Hauntings. We have 3 Phyrexian Arenas, which is, it's just where we want to be. Lose a life, draw an additional card. That's pretty great value. 2 Spectral Processions, 2 Day of Judgment, 2 Sorin, Lord of Innistrad, 2 Elspeth Tyrell, and 2 Gideon Jura. Go ahead and move over and take a look at our sideboard. Contains another 2 Path to Exile, 2 Fatal Push, 2 Inquisition of Kozilek, and then 2 Relic of Progenitus. We also have 2 Stony Silence, 2 Auriok Champion, 1 Auriok Champion, 2 Day of Judgment, and 2 Leyline of Sanctity. So a lot of time when we're sideboarding, depending on what sort of a deck we're playing, we're actually taking out the original 2 Path to Exile that are in our main board, and we are putting Fatal Push in that slot, and then we are maybe taking out, if it's a more mid-range deck, we'll take out Zealous Persecution, bring in another 2 Day of Judgments. But the thing that I want to bring to your attention, if you do decide to play this deck, is there is, there's a little bit of friction between Path to Exiling a creature that is important to their deck and being unable to extirpate it once you have done so. So in many cases, what I do is, I side in a pair of Fatal Pushes. That way I can get that important card to the graveyard, whether it's something obnoxious like a Snapcaster Mage, or, whether it's a win condition like a Death Shadow. In that case, Fatal Push is where we want to be over Path to Exile, because we can then extirpate that Death Shadow, and we can extirpate the super, super annoying Snapcaster Mage. Just get it out of there. But you'll see a lot of this in the gameplay videos that I'll be posting later today. Hope this has been informative. A little bit of an in-depth look at this black-white token control list. And guys, we'll be seeing you soon. I hope you have an amazing day. Talk to you later.